Ladies and gentlemen, imagine a world where every woman recognizes her limitless potential, rises above societal expectations, and steps boldly into her power. A world where the strength, intelligence, and resilience of women shape the very future of humanity. Today, we stand at the threshold of that world. The voices of women are no longer whispers. They are roars shaking the very foundations of industries, communities, and systems. But this is only the beginning. The journey to empowerment, leadership, and transformation requires more than awareness. It requires action, courage, and an unwavering belief in one's own worth. If you've ever wondered what it takes to break free from limitations, to rise in the face of adversity, and to lead with purpose, then you're in the right place. In this speech, we will uncover the profound truth about what happens when women rise up, not just for themselves, but for their families, their communities, and the generations to come. This is the moment for women to take their rightful place in history. Are you ready to embrace your power and lead the way? Stay with me, because the rise of women is a revolution that cannot be ignored. Women possess a strength that often goes unrecognized, not because it is absent, but because it has been overlooked or underappreciated throughout history. The true power of women is not just in their physical presence, but in the essence of their being, their resilience, intuition, and deep-rooted connection to their own potential. This strength is not something that is given or externally imposed. It is inherent. It lives within every woman, often dormant, waiting for the right moment to be unleashed. When women truly understand the depth of this power, they become forces of nature capable of achieving extraordinary things. The first step in unlocking this strength is recognizing that power lies not in conforming to external expectations, but in embracing who you truly are. Society often places narrow definitions on women, on how they should look, how they should behave, and what they can and cannot accomplish. These limitations, though deeply ingrained, are not an accurate reflection of a woman's true capacity. Each woman is born with unique gifts, talents, and potential that extend far beyond societal standards. When women rise, they do so by stepping outside of these imposed boundaries and accepting their own worth without apology. The power within a woman also lies in her ability to nurture, to connect, and to create. Women possess an innate understanding of relationships, whether that be with their families, communities, or the world at large. This nurturing aspect, often seen as a soft quality, is in fact one of the most powerful forces in existence. Women, when they embrace their natural ability to create and nurture, can transform not only their own lives, but the lives of others. This is the strength of empathy, of compassion, of understanding, and of leading with a vision that includes the vision of all. It is a strength that has the ability to heal, to unite, and to build something greater than any individual effort. Moreover, the power within women is also intellectual. Historically, women have been expected to conform to specific roles that restricted their educational and professional opportunities. Yet, time and again, women have defied these expectations, stepping into leadership roles, solving complex problems, and making significant contributions in every field imaginable. From science and technology to politics, art, and business, women have shown that their intellect is just as sharp, if not sharper, than any barrier put in front of them. The world is finally beginning to recognize that women are not simply capable, but essential to the advancement of society. The real power comes when women acknowledge this intellect, take pride in it, and refuse to allow anyone to diminish it. Understanding that power lies within is not just an individual awakening, it's a collective realization. When one woman rises, she inspires others to do the same. The strength that comes from personal empowerment ripples outward, creating a network of women who support, uplift, and challenge one another. This collective power is what makes movements for gender equality, social justice, and global change so impactful. Women supporting women is not just a powerful phrase. It is a reality that can change the world. The more women rise up, the more the world shifts toward a future where equality is the standard and not the exception. As women begin to rise, they realize that their true power is not something that can be taken from them. It can only be reclaimed. It is within every woman, waiting for her to take ownership of it. The moment she decides to step into her own power, to accept her worth, and to embrace her unique abilities, she becomes unstoppable. It's a transformation that begins from within, but radiates outward, impacting families and communities and society as a whole. The power of womanhood is not just a force to be reckoned with. It is the force that can change the world. For centuries, women have faced countless barriers designed to keep them out of the spotlight, silent in their own lives and passive in their roles within society. These societal expectations have often restricted women to specific roles, limiting their potential and opportunities. The belief that women should be seen but not heard, that their voices and ideas are less valuable, has been deeply ingrained in many cultures and systems. However, yet, in today's world, these constraints are beginning to crumble, and women are rising to claim their rightful place. Rising up requires courage, not just to face the external obstacles, but to confront the internal fears that often keep women from stepping into their power. The courage to be seen, to be heard, and to stand boldly in one's truth is what is needed to break through these barriers. The first step in breaking through these societal boundaries is recognizing that your voice, your ideas, and your presence matter. Many women have been taught to keep their opinions to themselves or to defer to others, especially in spaces traditionally dominated by men. But the world is changing, and women have an essential role to play in shaping the future. The courage to be heard is not just about speaking up in a room full of people. It's about speaking your truth in the face of adversity, despite the discomfort that may come with it. It's about being unapologetic in your thoughts, desires, and ambitions, knowing that your voice has the power to create change. However, breaking through these boundaries goes beyond just speaking out. It's about the power to claim space, both physically and mentally, where women have been traditionally excluded. For too long, women have been made to feel that they must remain in the background, that their contributions are secondary or unimportant. To rise up, women must refuse to be confined by these limitations and boldly claim their space in every room they walk into. And this is not about taking space from others. It is about asserting your right to exist in every space as your full, authentic self. It means no longer shrinking yourself to make others comfortable or fitting into molds that don't reflect your true identity. Rising up also requires an unwavering commitment to your own vision. When women refuse to let others define their worth or potential, they begin to set their own course. This is where true transformation happens. It's about not only speaking up, but also taking action. It's about building the future you want to see, creating the opportunities you deserve, and taking control of your own destiny. There will be those who doubt you, who question your choices, and who attempt to make you feel that you are overstepping. But those who rise above the noise, who trust their own intuition and remain steadfast in their purpose, will break free from societal limitations and build new paths forward. The courage to rise is not something that happens overnight. It is a continuous process of facing fears, challenging old beliefs, and pushing through the discomfort that often accompanies growth. It is about becoming resilient in the face of criticism and rejection, understanding that these challenges are part of the journey. The more women rise and take up space, the more they inspire others to do the same. One woman's courage to speak up and be seen has the power to ignite a chain reaction that emboldens others to find their own voices. In this way, rising is not just a personal act. It becomes a collective force, one that transforms the culture and systems around us. It's time for women to stop holding back, to stop second-guessing their worth and their place in the world. The courage to rise is about understanding that your contribution is essential to the greater good. And when you take the stage, you make the world better, not just for yourself, but for everyone around you. Rising up means acknowledging that you, too, have a right to influence the world and that your voice deserves to be heard. When women rise, they do more than just change their own lives. They change the world for generations to come. The collective power of women is something extraordinary. And when women rise together, they become an unstoppable force, capable of transforming entire societies. Throughout history, we have witnessed the strength that comes from women uniting with a common purpose. From grassroots movements to global campaigns, the impact of women working together for a shared vision is profound. When women collaborate, support one another, and lift each other up, the effect ripples across communities, industries, and nations. The power of collective female empowerment is not just about individual success. It's about creating a network of strength, where the rise of one leads to the rise of many. Empowerment, when shared, amplifies. This is a truth that must be embraced. It is easy to fall into the trap of seeing empowerment as an individual pursuit, as something that can only be achieved by one person at a time. But the reality is, the more women empower each other, the more they empower themselves. This creates a virtuous cycle, a continuous flow of support, encouragement, and inspiration that elevates everyone involved. Women who rise together create a collective momentum that propels others forward. It is no longer about individual triumphs, but about creating a community of women who celebrate one another's achievements and help each other overcome challenges. In the workplace, in politics, in families, and in communities, the power of collective female empowerment is evident. When women come together, they create spaces where collaboration thrives. They break down barriers of competition and build networks of solidarity. In these spaces, women are no longer seen as rivals, but as allies, working together to build something greater than themselves. This shift in mindset is crucial for dismantling the systems of division that have historically pitted women against one another. When women collaborate instead of competing, the possibilities are endless. The collective potential of women is vast, and when this power is harnessed with intention and purpose, it can change the world in unimaginable ways. The power of collective empowerment extends beyond the individual and reaches into entire communities. When women support each other, they create environments where others can thrive too. This support is often seen in mentorship, where experienced women guide and nurture those who are just beginning their journeys. It's seen in networks that connect women across industries, fostering collaboration and creating opportunities. It's seen in the communities that form around shared causes, where women come together to address social issues, fight for equality, and advocate for change. The strength of these networks is unmatched because they are built on the understanding that the success of one woman is tied to the success of all. But collective empowerment does not only benefit women, it benefits society as a whole. When women rise, they bring others with them. And when entire communities of women thrive, they create a ripple effect that transforms entire systems. Economies flourish when women are empowered to participate fully in the workforce, decision-making, and leadership. Social structures become more inclusive, empathetic, and just when women's voices are elevated, the power of collective female empowerment extends beyond the personal and touches every part of society. It is not just about women gaining power. It's about women redefining what power looks like in the world. The real question then is not whether women can rise together, but how quickly they can. The more women join forces, the more rapid and profound the transformation becomes. The collective power of women is a force that cannot be denied. It is a transformative energy that can break down barriers, create new opportunities, and redefine the very structure of society. Women rising together is not just a movement. It is the beginning of a new era, one in which the potential of women collectively is realized and celebrated. Together, women have the power to create a future where everyone can thrive. And in doing so, they will leave a legacy of empowerment for generations to come. The journey of women rising up is not just about reaching the peak of success. It's about the transformation that occurs during the climb. Along the way, women encounter challenges, setbacks, and moments of doubt that test their resolve. Yet it is within these very challenges that the true essence of a woman's strength emerges. Adversity does not break women, it shapes them, strengthens them, and ultimately empowers them to rise higher than ever before. The path to greatness is rarely smooth, but the resilience built through hardship is what makes the ascent worthwhile. Women who embrace the challenges they face rather than shy away from them develop a deep sense of inner power that is unshakable and lasting. Resilience is the backbone of the rise. Life is unpredictable, and the road to success is often filled with obstacles that threaten to derail progress. But those who persist, those who push through the trials, learn from their failures and continue to move forward, emerge stronger. Resilience is not about avoiding difficulty, but about having the inner strength to rise each time you fall. For women, this resilience often comes from the ability to see challenges not as insurmountable barriers, but as opportunities to grow, learn, and become even more determined. Each setback becomes a lesson, each failure a stepping stone toward greater success. Women who rise up in the face of adversity are able to tap into a well of strength they never knew existed. This strength does not just manifest in the big moments, but also in the small, everyday actions that women take in the face of difficulty. It's in the quiet moments of perseverance, when no one is watching, when the work feels thankless, and when the world may seem indifferent. It's in those moments that women demonstrate their true power, not because they are motivated by external praise, but because they are driven by an unwavering belief in their own worth and purpose. The resilience to rise up and keep moving forward is born in the quiet determination to press on no matter the circumstances. Moreover, adversity teaches women to trust themselves. When faced with challenges, women often realize that they have no choice but to trust their instincts, their knowledge, and their strength. The more women rise through adversity, the more they come to understand that they are capable. It's the knowledge that no matter how difficult the journey, you have everything you need within you to navigate it. Trusting in oneself is not about being invincible. It's about knowing that you have the resilience to recover from any setback and continue on your path towards success. Furthermore, as women rise through adversity, they begin to break down the barriers that once seemed insurmountable. The challenges they face are not just personal. They reflect the broader societal systems and expectations that have historically kept women from reaching their full potential. By overcoming these obstacles, women not only claim their own power, but also pave the way for future generations to follow. Each victory over adversity is a victory for all women. It is a statement that the limitations imposed by society are not permanent, and that women can and will rise above them. Adversity is a powerful catalyst for growth. The more women face and conquer challenges, the more they become equipped to handle whatever the future holds. It is through these trials that women unlock their true potential, develop an unbreakable spirit, and learn that they are capable of achieving anything they set their minds to. The rise of women is not a linear path, but one marked by moments of struggle, strength, and ultimate triumph. With each step, women are rewriting the narrative of what is possible, proving that no challenge is too great to overcome, and that the power to rise always lies within. The concept of women rising is not solely about individual achievement. It also involves the responsibility that comes with it. As women rise to positions of power, influence, and visibility, they are not only elevating themselves, but also carrying the weight of the generations that came before them and the ones that will follow. Women must recognize that their success is not an isolated event. It is a collective one. Each woman who ascends to new heights sets a precedent, paves the way, and opens doors for others to follow. The responsibility that comes with rising is to ensure that the path is easier for those who come after. This means actively seeking ways to lift others as you rise, to open doors, share knowledge, and create opportunities for other women to succeed. Leadership for women is not about power over others. It's about empowerment and lifting others with you. True leadership is not built on individual success alone, but on the impact you have on those around you. As women rise, they should always ask themselves, how can my success benefit others? This is the heart of authentic leadership. Using your position to make a difference, not only in your own life, but also in the lives of those around you. Women who rise with a sense of responsibility become role models and mentors who inspire others to rise as well. They create environments where other women feel seen, valued, and supported, knowing that their own success is intertwined with the success of others. Responsibility in rising also involves the courage to challenge and change the systems that have historically kept women from succeeding. The structures that have been in place for centuries, whether in the workplace, in politics, or in social systems, have often been built with limited space for women's participation. As women rise, they take on the challenge of not only thriving within these systems, but also transforming them. The responsibility to rise is about dismantling the barriers that limit not just women, but society as a whole. It's about advocating for equality, breaking down stereotypes, and pushing for systems that provide opportunities for all individuals, regardless of gender. As women ascend, they are also reshaping the definition of leadership itself. Historically, leadership has been defined by qualities like dominance, control, and authority, often linked to masculine traits. But as more women rise to positions of leadership, they bring with them new, more inclusive definitions of what it means to lead. Women's leadership is often rooted in empathy, collaboration, and nurturing, the very qualities that have long been undervalued, but are now recognized as essential for creating sustainable, impactful change. Women who rise with this mindset change the conversation around leadership, showing that true leadership is not about exerting power, but about empowering others to thrive. The responsibility of rising also requires a deep sense of self-awareness. Women must recognize the privilege that comes with their achievements and use their platform to advocate for those whose voices are still silenced. It is easy to forget about the struggles that continue to affect other women once you have reached a certain level of success. But it is crucial to stay connected to the realities of the wider world. Rising should never be about forgetting where you came from, but about using your journey as a reminder of the importance of equity and fairness for all. Women who rise with this awareness can make a difference, not only in their personal lives, but in the lives of others. The path of rising is not an easy one, and it comes with challenges that demand resilience, sacrifice, and commitment. But the responsibility to rise is also about recognizing the incredible power women have to shape the world. The higher women rise, the more they can influence and transform society for the better. It is a reminder that the rise is not for personal glory, but for the collective good of women everywhere. Women must continue to lift each other as they rise, ensuring that their success becomes a stepping stone for others to achieve their own greatness. When women rise together, They not only elevate themselves, but the entire world around them. The rise of women is not just about overcoming external obstacles. It is also about the internal journey that every woman must embark upon to fully embrace her power. The transformation that happens within is often the most significant part of the process. It is about shedding self-doubt, breaking free from limiting beliefs, and recognizing the full potential that lies dormant inside. This internal rise is where true empowerment begins, and it is the foundation upon which all external success is built. Women must confront their fears, challenge the narratives they have been told about their abilities, and boldly step into the truth of who they are meant to be. Self-doubt is one of the greatest enemies of progress. Many women are held back not by external forces, but by the voices in their own heads telling them that they are not enough. These voices are often amplified by societal standards and expectations, which try to limit the potential of women based on their gender, or appearance, or background. However, to rise, women must silence these voices and replace them with affirmations of their worth. Embracing your inner strength means trusting that you have what it takes to face challenges, pursue your dreams, and achieve greatness. Women who conquer self-doubt become unstoppable because they no longer rely on the validation of others. They know their worth and act with confidence. Confidence. Another internal barrier that many women face is the fear of failure. The pressure to succeed and meet the expectations of others can be overwhelming. But it is essential to realize that failure is not something to be feared. In fact, failure is often the greatest teacher, providing the lessons needed to succeed the next time. Women must reframe their relationship with failure, seeing it not as a reflection of their inadequacy, but as a stepping stone toward growth. The fear of failure can keep women stagnant, but those who rise learn to embrace setbacks as opportunities to learn, adapt, and become stronger. It is through failure that women learn perseverance, resilience, and the capacity to rise again and again. The internal rise is also about embracing self-love and self-care. Women often prioritize the needs of others, whether it is family, friends, or work obligations. While selflessness is a virtue, it should not come at the cost of one's own well-being. Women must understand that they cannot pour from an empty cup. Taking the time to nurture oneself, whether through physical, emotional, or mental care, is crucial for maintaining the strength needed to rise. When women practice self-care, they are better equipped to handle the demands of life and remain grounded in their sense of purpose. Self-love is not selfish. It is necessary for long-term success and fulfillment. Furthermore, the internal rise requires women to develop a deep sense of purpose. It is not enough to simply strive for success. Women must understand why they are pursuing their goals in the first place. A sense of purpose provides clarity, direction, and motivation, especially during times of difficulty. It is the internal compass that guides women through the challenges they face and helps them stay focused on their larger vision. Women who are connected to their purpose are unstoppable because their motivation comes from within, not from external rewards or recognition. They rise because they are driven by a mission greater than themselves. And this purpose propels them forward even when the road gets tough. Finally, the internal rise, embracing the full spectrum of a woman's potential. Too often women are expected to fit into narrow definitions of what success looks like or what roles they should play. However, the true power of a woman lies in her ability to be multifaceted. They understand that they are not confined by societal expectations and that their unique gifts and talents are what make them powerful. The internal rise is a journey of self-discovery, self-empowerment, and self-expression that shapes the way women engage with the world. When women rise from within, they carry an inner strength that becomes the foundation for everything they do. The transformation that happens on the inside is what gives them the courage, clarity, and resilience to rise on the outside. This inner journey is the most profound part of the rise, because it is where true empowerment begins. Folks, it is not just about achieving external success, but about becoming the kind of woman who is confident in her own power, who embraces her full potential, and who is unafraid to pursue her dreams with passion and